until I traveled to a small community just outside of Munich, Germany. A place quietly overflowing with super-agers, living well past 90, 100, and even beyond. And what I saw there rewired what I think about longevity forever. And what one man told me, 98-year-old Dirk, hit me so hard it changed the way I approached every goal in my life. Today I want to show you why goals are failing you and how to unlock the real key to living longer, healthier, and stronger than you could ever imagine. The answer is simple. They're focused on the destination, not the path. They're obsessed with the finish line, the goal, but they ignore the daily steps that actually get them there. Goals give us direction, but processes, the systems we follow every day, that is how we conquer and win at longevity. And nowhere in the world have I seen this truth more clearly than in that small community in Germany. Then I met Dirk. I was at a local fitness center, nothing fancy, just a clean room filled with a lot of people of all ages, when I met with him for an interview at 98 years old. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this man had muscles on his muscles. His back looked like it had been carved out of oak, his arms were thick and defined, his posture was upright, and he was proud. He looked like someone who had been training for a century. Because he had. When I approached him for an interview, he simply smiled. Calm, confident, grounded. And during our conversation, I had one of those aha moments, the kind that hits you deep in your chest. I asked him how he stayed so strong, so sharp, so alive. And he simply said, our biggest wins, like a brilliant, long life, are never the result of the goal. They are the result of the process. The result of the process. He tapped his chest and added, the goal is a dream, the process is the truth. I felt that because he was right. The goal of living long is beautiful, but it's just not enough. The process is what makes it real. Then the translator shares something else that Dirk had said, a local phrase common in that region that roughly translated to, a bad plan is better than no plan at all. That stopped me cold. That sentence explains why some people quietly age well and others quietly fall apart, even with the same goal. You don't need perfection. You don't need the perfect diet, the perfect workout, the perfect routine. You just need a plan, any plan, and the commitment to follow it. Direction beats intention, action beats hope, processes beat goals every single time. That phrase unlocked something for me. It explained why so many people want longevity but never achieve it. They say, I want to live to 100, but they don't build a system that makes that possible. They don't create daily habits, the small steps, the repeatable actions that compound into decades of health. They're dreaming without doing, hoping without planning, wanting without committing. But those people in the Munich community, they don't rely on motivation. They don't rely on systems. They don't chase goals. They follow processes. And those processes, simple, consistent, repeatable, are the reason they're thriving into their 90s and 100s. Goals are emotional. Processes are mechanical. Goals excite you. Processes sustain you. A goal says, I want to be healthy. A process says, I will walk every morning at 7 a.m. A goal says, I don't want disease. A process says, I will strength train twice a week and cook most of my own meals. The body doesn't respond to dreams. It responds to repetition. That's why this Munich community thrives. They didn't wake up asking, how do I feel today? They wake up asking, what's on the schedule? And that schedule quietly protects their joints, hearts, brains, and immune systems year after year. Longevity isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. It's not about a heroic effort. It's about excellence in purpose. Dirk didn't train hard. He trained often. He didn't eat perfectly. He ate predictably. He didn't chase youth. He respected his process. Processes remove decision fatigue. You don't debate, you don't negotiate, you don't wait for motivation. You just do what the system says. That's how aging gets outmaneuvered. And that's when I realized something important. This channel, my videos, they aren't just your motivation. They're also the processes. Every video is a piece of the plan that helps you build the systems that create a long, healthy, powerful life. These aren't lofty ideas. These are proven truths, practices, and processes laid out in simple, easy to follow way. When you apply them consistently, intentionally, even imperfectly, your life will change. Your health will benefit. Your future will change. Longevity isn't luck. It's not genetics. It's not a wish. It's a process. a daily commitment to the small things that add up to these big things. Dirk didn't live to 98 with a body like a Greek statue because he had some goal. He lived that way because he had processes, a plan, a system, and boy did he follow it. Day after day, year after year, decade after decade. Here's the message. Do not get fixated on those giant goals. Focus on the processes. Don't obsess over big things like I'm gonna live to 100. Obsess over what you're doing today, right now, to make that possible. Build those systems, follow the plan, commit to the processes. Subscribe to my channel for all the how to do those. In the years I promise you will follow. And if this resonated with you, you're already on the right path. You're not just dreaming about longevity, you are becoming the kind of person who lives it. And if you want the next step in the process, the next video is going to show you that. It's going to take you even deeper. Don't skip any of these. This is how the process systems come together. As always, thank you so much for watching today. I stay committed to getting us and the people we love to our 100s and beyond. I'll see you in the 3000s.